Good morning, Jamestown, Tennessee, and welcome to the Jamestown Morning Report. What's happening, my friends? I hope you're having an awesome Wednesday. I hope you're having a great kickoff to December. And speaking of December, we've got some fun Christmas stuff coming up all month long. Starting with today's weather, we're looking at a sunny day with a high of 49 degrees and a low of 30 degrees later tonight. Jumping into our events, on December 7th, this Saturday, there's two awesome things happening, actually three, technically. On December 7th at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Wellness Studios are having their open house. They're going to have refreshments, door prizes. They're going to have an awesome vendor market with local artisans. You can get some cool Christmas shopping done there after the parade that morning. And speaking of the parade, on December 7th, the Rotary Club are hosting their annual Christmas parade, as well as the Christmas trees and trails will be going on from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Definitely swing by, check out some awesome things happening downtown. In our good news report, a couple segments back, we did a vegetable casserole recipe for Thanksgiving, and quite a few people either went into the Plateau Cafe to try it or they made them at home. Guys, when you make recipes like that, we love when you share pictures with us. We'd love to share it on the morning report. So send in pictures of recipes you try or maybe places you visit that you see here on the show. Our random fact of the day: 98% of Christmas trees come from tree farms. How curious. And that leads us right into our featured segment for the week, guys. Let's go find a Christmas tree. What's going on, guys? I am here with my friend Mrs. Lynna Pennycuff, and we are here at the Sycamore Springs Tree Farm. We're gonna take a look at some Christmas trees and talk a little bit about their family history. So Lynna, can you tell me a little bit about, well, first of all, you grew up here in Fentress County.
Yes.
And can you tell me a little bit about the history of the farm and how it came to be?
Yes. My husband Joe and I wanted always to come back to Fentress County. When we got out of school, there weren't jobs here, so we had to be away for several decades, raising a family, making a living. We both are retired teachers now, but as we came back, we found some acres here in Allard, and my husband grew up on a farm. We always wanted to do a little farming. We wanted to do something with the place. We didn't know exactly what it was. And then our youngest daughter got employed in the tourism industry. She came back from a conference one day. She said, Mom, Dad, I know what we can do. There's this new thing called agritourism where you share your farm with the public. And you invite the public into your farm. You teach them and show them and share with them the things that you're doing on the farm. And so you're performing a public service as well as sharing what you love to do. And she said, I've looked around and I think that we could probably grow trees. By that time she was married and her husband, Matt, had thought about becoming a forester, decided to go into teaching instead, as Casey and as we were at the time. And so we got to thinking about it. The four of us got together, Casey and Matt Harris, our youngest daughter, and Joe and I. And Matt and Casey said, what if we clear some land and start out small and plant a few hundred trees and see how that goes? And we weren't sure how serious they were at the time. So we said, sure, go right at it, have at it. So they worked hard and cleared a few acres, and then we hired some people to clear some more land, and we started out and we planted our first trees in 2006. Now it takes, depending on the variety of tree, it takes 5 to 6 years to grow a Christmas tree 5 to 6 foot. And so we planted our trees in 2006, and then about 5 years later, our plan was to grow the trees and have people come to the farm and come with their families, so that this was a tradition and a memory. Instead of Christmas being so much about getting, this was something we could give to people, and families could come and have this memory together, just like we had when we were growing up. There's 15 of us now. We have 7 grandchildren, 3 daughters, 3 sons-in-laws, my husband and I, and we love sharing the place with other people. Over time, I developed some health issues and we had to drop off the fall field trips and the pumpkin patch and that sort of thing. So now we just concentrate on the Christmas season, the season of giving and doing things with your family. So if you come out to the farm, Christopher, our family of 15 will be here to greet your family and hopefully to help you make a memory and a Christmas tradition of doing things together with the family. Now, with our 7 grandchildren, ages 3 to up to 15, they've been raised in this now for several years, and they all just think that they're the staff members and that they work here. I know when we were still doing hay rides, one of our younger grandsons was about 3 at the time, and our hay ride was different in that it was a cheer guided, and he knew the scripts so well, and he knew that one of the props that we'd planted in the woods was coming up, and I was still talking to this other woman. So he just started talking and doing the rest of the cheer guiding. And one of the other people on the hayride said, "Young man, you sure do know a lot about this farm." And he looked at her at age 3 and said, "Yeah, I'm a staff member. I work here." Another year when our youngest was not quite 3, she was just maybe a year or year and a half old, we had her in the front room while we were waiting on customers and families, and we had her in her little playpen. And some children ran in and they said, "What's that?" And we said, "Oh, that's one of our little elves." And they immediately ran out to the front porch and said, "Mom, Dad, come in here. You've got to see this. There's a live elf in here. They've got it in a cage." And so we've had some wonderful times here. And we've met the sweetest, nicest people. At Christmas time, everybody is so happy. We will, if we're not too busy, we walk out on the porch and we watch and listen as the families are up in the tree fields. And they'll be singing Christmas carols. They'll be laughing, having a great time together. And that's exactly what we envisioned when we decided to have the Christmas tree farm. We have a gingerbread sanctuary here. It's the only one that we know of in the area. And this is where the gingerbread people escape and know that they're safe in our little trail up here.
We got to explore that a little bit.
Yes, they come and they stay here over the holidays. So we ask that children and families go through the trail and count and tell us how many people, gingerbread people, are there.
All right.
And if they come back and tell us, the gingerbread people have left a little treat for the children.
Wow.
And so that's fun. And we also have the true treasure of Christmas here on the farm, which is not gingerbread. It's not a Christmas tree. It's not presents like we have in the gift shop. But the true treasure of Christmas you can find in the East, in the eastern tree fields. Just like the wise men followed the star into the East, we have something for you to find. And of course, that is the Nativity and Jesus, baby Jesus, the true treasure of Christmas.
Very cool. And I wanted to say too, like, I know we remember meeting and we were talking about that, but I don't know if you know that last year was the first time we came to the tree farm, and we had just opened the coffee shop, and it was like a crazy season of our lives. And I remember we called and we were like, we just wanted to get with our family, like, to go to the tree farm that we had heard about. And I remember you guys stayed open late for us, which not suggesting that people show up late, but you guys stayed open for us and let us come in the dark with flashlights to pick up a tree so that we got to do that with our family last year. And that meant a lot to us. And so I think that's part of the family experience.
It is. It means a lot to us too. And like I said, we just meet the sweetest, nicest, happiest people. We have never seen a child, a grown-up, anyone come to the farm with a frown on their face. When if they do have just a neutral face when they start out, they have a smile on their face when they leave, and that's part of our goal.
Very cool.
Spread goodwill, good cheer at this season, this precious season.
Very cool. Well, Lynette, thank you, and thank Joe so much, you guys, for just keeping, I guess, that Christmas spirit alive, and for having somewhere special and something special to add to this area. It's a very special place, and I hope that all of you guys get a chance to come out here before Christmas and come check out the trees, pick up a tree for your home, and come see these guys. They're awesome, and they would, I'm sure, give you some great hospitality while you're here with them.
We sure hope to see you. Come on out. We'll have a tree for you, wherever, even if we have to go in the regular woods to find it.
Awesome. I'd like to say a huge thank you to Joe and Linda from Sycamore Springs Christmas Tree Farm. Thank you guys so much for your amazing hospitality. Guys, go check out a tree if you like to get a real Christmas tree, or maybe you haven't done that yet. It's super, super cool, and it's super fun to go pick out your own tree. You can cut down your own tree. You can pick a tree that they already have cut. But it's a great experience for the family. Try some hot cider or some hot cocoa and some homemade cookies. I'd like to introduce a brand new business sponsor, Leaders Look Forward Life Coaching with Amber Summer. Amber does a great job helping people discover their passions, find their big goals that they want to achieve in life and put together steps that they can do daily to get them there. I would recommend for sure that if you're looking for a path forward, Amber does a great job with helping people get from A to Z. I would recommend, if you are looking for someone to help you along that journey, to check out Amber and Leaders Look Forward Life Coaching. I'd like to thank our business sponsors, Mountain Barn Builders, The Wellness Studios, Plateau Cafe, and Campfire Coffee. Thank you all for supporting the show and helping us get the good news out about what's going on here in Jamestown, Tennessee. If you would like to personally sponsor the show or look into helping us do some cool stuff in the upcoming future, you can check us out on patreon.com and look up the Jamestown Morning Report. If you have community announcements you'd like announced in the show, email us at thejamestownmorningreport@gmail.com. And as always, guys, if you can, please help like and share this on social media. We're super excited about our town, and we know that you are too. From Barrett Studios, located above downtown Jamestown, Tennessee, I'm your host, Chris Riley, and we'll see you next Wednesday.